This video was produced by the video unit of the Directorate of Agricultural Extension Services, AgriLink, property of the Women in Agricultural Development of MOFA and the Forum for Agricultural Research in Africa, FARA. The traditional role of agriculture include provision of food security and nutritional security, supply of raw materials, creation of employment and generation of foreign exchange earnings. Beyond these, agriculture is also recognized to have a greater impact on poverty reduction by increasing the income of smallholder farmers. Based on this background, the introduction of initiatives that enhance the competitiveness of non-traditional commodities is important in the country's effort to promote diversification. These interventions will provide farmers with alternative livelihood opportunities to meet their social responsibilities. Continued innovations are therefore necessary for success in domestic markets in order to ensure growth in incomes of smallholder farmers and also to achieve food security. Some development partners have moved far in adopting new instruments such as budget support for providing assistance to the agricultural sector. For effective implementation of donor-funded projects, there is the need for strong collaboration between the development partners and the government of Ghana. One of such collaborations is between the Forum for Agricultural Research in Africa, FARA, and the Women in Agricultural Development Directorate of the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. These two parties undertook a project using cassava peels for mushroom cultivation.
The collaboration was between WIAD and FARA. FARA, the founding agency. They gave us funds for the project. The project started in November 2016, where we started with the construction of structures for the mushroom cultivation. We constructed the platform for drying cassava, incubation room, cropping room, storage room, packaging room, and a solar dryer for drying mushrooms. This collaboration has been so successful, and now the community members have been so helpful through this project. They were so committed to the project. They gave their support in whatever we did during the project implementation.
Men, women and youth in Gomoa Obuasi were trained on how to put waste cassava peels into good use. The beneficiaries were also trained on how to prepare compost, bag compost, sterilize compost, spawn inoculation, inoculation of the bags, the necessary care required after transferring the bags into the growth rooms before harvesting, and value addition. The consultant for the project explained how the beneficiaries were taken through the various stages in mushroom production during the launch of the project.
The mushroom activity actually has a value chain, and about a few months ago I was consulted to come and help this cassava processing center to engage in mushroom activity, and that is why we are here today. In fact, we have taken them through all the mushroom process, how to start from the compost preparation. And I would say that this is a great advantage because this is a cassava processing center. They generate volumes of cassava waste, and the cassava waste is a rich component for mushroom production. And so we came here to show them or teach them how to use the cassava waste for mushroom production. And so we have developed a mushroom center here in the Gomoa Obuasi for this group. And here we are standing in the cropping house. You can see the mushroom bags arranged and mushrooms already coming. Our hope is that this center or this project will keep them very active, because during times that they don't have anything, they have the cassava waste that they have generated, and they will be able to use them, the cassava waste, to activity. Engage in this mushroom activity with the cassava waste, which will be additional income and resources also for them. The greatest thing that I consider is that when they produce the mushrooms, they will also consume the mushrooms, which have rich nutritional values that will really improve their nutritional system across, apart from the income benefit that they are going to generate. And so I will really recommend mushroom for whoever is looking for job and income opportunity.
A key member of the group who received training under the project had this to say.
I started in large scale, and prepping yana yen appeals no and abanchirano. Aya, the mama or young pointing and one answer, Boshana, a ran a busso, near baby cranny and two engu. And Zemama, ye two guyanerim han piprino, ayana do a howen. And I'm summa a mufa. For no Bible when there, idea, ye no, ye for Canfroso, Nasa de Banjirano, so ye embra, na mushroomer, the beb one, and so a best answer my yen, age mafofro, and a ska. And the one more any Farah for Eddie who and come more much who and cry type, and I mean Adam, they attended there, one more. Am I granted on Bambebois, Agrico, Nayan Mushroom Training Center, Nanosu Yan Coso, Nayan ye, yen Ega Regumano na, a mushroom. In the Yaminadum, there, Sawe and Pempensui, Farah for Ababebuanya, yet to me, see, sir, a mushroom training center through a Ministry of Food and Aviat.
During the lunch in April 2017, guests from academia, students, Ministry of Food and Agriculture, Environmental Protection Agency, among others, were invited to witness the effective and efficient utilization of cassava peels in an environmentally friendly approach in producing mushrooms. The chiefs of Gomoa Obuasi in the central region were happy with the initiative and urged other cassava producing centers to adopt the mushroom production technology in their respective localities.
Itu banchi 50,000 ko gugwe mu ha impe ba asa na hwa obosa ihwa botuma se banchi ni bio amama ye ban ye tabase mu kai ha banchi sel akofam te so to be pa na awuje on se do ye banchi onto se the person ma ite banchi ni ma ne bugodu ni da senti ne won se ite o che de e banchi bia baba. This is a big judgment. I said, "Yes, the cocoa is banking, is better." Some of my banking, you are so the pin bread. I'm a Yasama bought me as a banking, I brought with it. Mana won so, yes, I am me too. Madame Massey, yeah, Mamma, well, Madame Massey.
The director of WIAD urged individuals to venture into mushroom production, highlighting the importance of such an intervention. She also thanked Farah for such a collaboration, requesting that such an intervention is replicated in other communities to help the country achieve its key goal of food security and improved incomes and livelihoods of farmers.
Finally, we have come to the point where we are launching this community micro project, I would say, which is focusing on zero waste in the cassava value chain. And Farah has supported us to initiate this action to use the cassava peel waste for mushroom production. We started somewhere with WAP support, that was in the eastern region, but we could not go very far because we ran out of resources to erect a standard structure for the production of the mushroom. But FARA was so supportive, and we've been able to do that here. Amongst various criteria, we had to select Gomoa Obuasi because the raw material base is high and they generate so much waste. Apart from waste being used, the cassava peel waste being used for animal feed, we thought we could add value to the feed for the production of mushroom. And so far, it is going well. It is employment, it is income, it is nourishment. Even if it is not for the families, it will even serve communities beyond Gomoa Obuasi. I am so thankful to FARA for supporting us, but we have to also expand to other places. Luckily, this venue or location is a good practice center where we bring people to come and learn near best practice. So as they take out what they learn, we hope this will also be disseminated in their various communities. Once you see something and you would want to emulate, at least you have something to pursue and you can look for the resources within your communities and beyond to get it going. So I believe this has started small, but there are others who are also watching. The location is good, it's by the roadside, and a lot of people would be able to stop, see what is going on, and also emulate. Sometimes there's also the issue of traceability, where you sell a product and people trace to the source, and that is also for me welcoming, as it will open up opportunities for others to copy and also set up in their own locations.
The reason why I think anyone looking for job opportunity can consider mushrooms is the fact that mushroom has a great income returns, and it is an activity that requires minimal investment in the first place. It's also an activity that requires very minimal land space. So mushroom activity is for the landless and those who are financially handicapped and don't have much money to consider capital intensive activity. I think all such people can consider mushroom production, and it will be an activity that will make real impact in their lives.
We're able to use aluminium roofing sheets to roof the mushroom house, which under normal circumstances you cannot use aluminium roofing sheet. You have to use starch. We are talking about sustainability of this program. I want to acknowledge and appreciate FARA very much, especially the German government, the ZEF, for giving us these funds to do this project. We want to thank Mr. Awute, who gave us his premises to use for this project and his support throughout the project. We thank all the WIAD staff who in diverse ways supported us during this project. We pray that this project will be sustainable so that it will be implemented in other places for good income and nutrition for the populace, because the dried mushroom is a very good delicacy for a lot of people. All those who have tried the dry mushroom prefer it to the fresh ones. So we are so grateful for FARA for this marvelous project.
As I can see, Nkoma FARA, Oma Womobebwa, Emirates of Food, and as we had, Mawomo Ebebwa Yeminyasa, a training center way. As I can see, Nkoma Womunina. Na ye sanso Esra one day, ye wo. Enyama bebre ho no ma ye pede ense ye enti no nso no ense be sre de se akwanja badama wo mo enhwe na womba mbeboa ye na ye bekodo na yaye do adwumaden na ye de aboa oman Ghana ma Ghana etuma fanintampa e de efra.
The consultant toured the facilities with the guest and answered some questions that were directed to him. The guests were also treated with value-added mushroom products. This video was produced by the video unit of the Directorate of Agricultural Extension Services, AgriLink, property of the Women in Agricultural Development of MOFA and the Forum for Agricultural Research in Africa, FARA.